The Polestar 2 got an important update for the 2024 model year, including a larger battery pack and increased performance. But it retains its simple, clean, and efficient body and interior. Let's take a closer look. Looking at the front of the car, it effectively looks the same as it has done since it came out for the 2021 model year, and I certainly don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a nice, clean look. I like that the Polestar logo is a tasteful size and kind of blends in with the body. It's a really nice touch that way. Interesting to see this nice front-facing camera right here, and then this says mid-range radar right there. This does have the pilot pack, which includes adaptive cruise control, but also these fog lights way out here, way off to the side. I do also really like these headlights right here with this really nice daytime running light right through the middle and then beams on either side. And I think that this is a cool blend of the bumper and the grille and everything else, having these nice vertical slots up here and then some more down here and then a nice front splitter here at the base. Yeah, it's a nice clean look. And while there's not too much to see under the hood, there is a little bit of space. So here it is, your frunk or front cargo space. It is really not bad. You can see that we've got the 240 volt plug for the Polestar charger right here and a decent healthy amount of space right here. We also have a tire jack right here and a Velcro attached repair kit right there. But without this stuff, it's a healthy amount of space. I think that that is useful. And I'm sure if you're going on a road trip, that would come in handy. Also, windshield washer fluid is really easy to get to right here. Looking at the car in profile, this is a better opportunity to get a look at the midnight paint color. This is a $1,250 optional metallic paint, and it's called midnight, but it's this like dark blue. It's not black. If you want black, that's called space. And while the shape isn't super typical, this is a hatchback, not a sedan, so that is cargo space, not a trunk. I'll show you that in just a moment. But just like the front of the car, you have nice clean lines, and I think it's well done. I do like this character line that starts at the crease between the hood and the front quarter panel and then continues right through the side view mirror and on right to the back to make the base of this little spoiler lip right here. Here is your charge port right here. Really easy, really convenient to get to. And this car in particular even advertises that it's got an 82 kilowatt hour battery and 220 kilowatts of power. Real quick, that is 299 metric horsepower, 295 SAE horsepower. I do also like these cuts to make little fenders built into the front and the rear right here, even though we do also have a nice little bulge for the rear fenders. And even these little black plastic garnishes right here with this nice little lip here probably helps with aero just the tiniest bit. I think it fits with the rest of the car. I think it's a nice, clean, not overdone, subtle look. I will go ahead and put the dimensions up on the screen so you can check those out and let you know that I have a lot more information in the description. I have good news and I have bad news. These are a nice looking 19-inch wheel. This is the base wheel for the Polestar 2. You can optionally get it with 20s, and if you do, that does hurt your range. But this particular Polestar is wearing 19-inch Michelin X Ice snow tires. We are in Michigan after all, and we're just not quite out of the snow tire season, even though today we'd be perfectly fine on high performance summer tires if we wanted. So that is definitely going to limit the handling feel of this particular car, but wheel still looks nice. And yes, this is a square setup. The wheel and tire in back are the same size of what's in front. Looking at the car from the back, I think it's a nice clean look. I really like the taillight design here. You've got this nice top bit right here that comes out and meets the bulk of the taillight right here, and there's actually a lot here on the side as you can see, but then it comes around to the bottom and goes right across all the way to the other taillight. I think that's a cool design. Another Polestar logo in back, And pretty straightforward look as you go down to the bumper and beneath it. And of course, there are no weird tailpipes or faux tailpipes to worry about because there are no tailpipes. Anyway, let's see how much space we got. Open up the hatch and you get 14 cubic feet of storage behind the second row and nice little privacy panel right here. And you also have this little piece that folds up to be a separator to help keep things from moving around so much, separate your luggage, and you even have a couple of straps and hooks right here to add to that. You also have another strap here, a 12-volt plug right here, and a cargo net right here. There are some hooks close to the second row as well, and under the floor you have an additional 1.5 cubic feet of storage right down here. Here, I'll move the camera. That's sizable. You also have this little ski pass-through right here. I think there's something on the other side. There you go. There's a nice little flap here. And then this is just the center headrest right there. Nice little trick there. And if you need more than 14 cubic feet of storage and only need to carry one passenger, that is easy enough to do. Pull a couple of levers and now you have 39 cubic feet of storage and room for you and a passenger. That number, 39 cubic feet, does include this storage down here, by the way. But I think that's enough room for my bike. It's gonna be close, but let's find out. Oh, oh. Hey, hey, there it is. There's not a lot of wiggle room. The space between the wheel wells is tight, but we got it in, and lengthwise, it's actually not so bad. Yeah, you can fit a bike back here. Maybe even a slightly bigger one. Maybe. Let's take a look inside. This car is a little bit above your standard Polestar 2. It is a Polestar 2 Plus, and that means we get several things, including a glass roof and heated rear seats. And just like the outside of the car, the interior is clean and simple and straightforward. Is it big enough? Yeah. I am 5 feet 11 inches or 181 centimeters tall. I have a good 2 inches of legroom. The seat bottom is a little bit on the low side, so thigh support is only so-so. And put those things together and I do have slightly less than a 90-degree bend in my knees. But for short trips, I think it would be spacious enough, and it is comfortable. These materials feel plenty comfortable. It is a cloth material, but it is also a vegan interior. So there's no animal products on the seats or the trim or anything else like that. Also, above and beyond the heated seats, which I showed you, I do also have 2 USB Type-C ports right there. And it is a little bit on the narrow side. If you had 3 passengers in here, it would definitely be a bit of a squeeze. But if it's just 2 of you, you'd be just fine. And there'd be a cup holder for each of you. There is, of course, more space up front and decent accommodations back here. We do have the usual controls on the doors right here. We also have 2 position seat memory below that, right behind this nice pocket right here. We do also have electric adjusting seats with lumbar support right there and a hatch release button to the left of the steering wheel. To open the frunk or front trunk, that's this lever right here. And if you want to adjust the steering, that is manually done with that lever right there. You are looking at a 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster right there. And the official EPA range for the single motor Polestar 2 is now 320 miles with the 19-inch wheels. However, we do have the winter tires on, and previous driving has put the range at 290 miles, even though we have a full charge. The steering wheel itself is a nice fat rim, easy to hold on to, and you do have plenty of controls on the right. That's more media stuff, and on the left, that's more cruise control stuff. And next to that is your 11.2-inch portrait-mounted center console display, and this is a really nice display. This is Android Auto OS that runs this. This is Google. So of course you have Google Assistant, you have Google Maps, and those types of things. Really handy. And Google Assistant works really well. Hey Google, Set the temperature to 68 degrees.
Okay, changing the temperature to 68 degrees.
That reads my voice accurately and operates faster than any other voice-activated system I've tried. It's really nice. Of course, there are quite a few things about this center console display that are worth checking out, but at least let me show you a couple of things. We do have the range assistant right here, which gives you nice, easy to see numbers for how you're driving. I think that's helpful. If you want to adjust the climate control, you just slide up like this, and this gives you operations for temperature, how the fan works, and these are your heated seats right here. And I should mention, because we have the Plus pack, we also have a heated steering wheel. The heated seats are standard. Beneath that, we do have a wireless smartphone charger right there, and 2 more USB Type-C ports right there. Beneath that, we have a physical knob for volume and a play pause button right there, and a couple of other buttons for defrost and your hazard lights, of course. This is our Prindle right here. You just push it down to get into drive, push it up to get in reverse, small touch to be in neutral. It's beeping at me right now because I don't have my seatbelt on. If you put it in reverse, that also automatically pops up your 360 degree view camera. Right now that's showing you the reverse camera, of course, but you can push this button right here to get 360 views. Then you can click on any individual camera to see what that camera sees at the time. I think that's a really nice setup. I'm really happy with that. And most critically, if you go to vehicle, this will give you all the driving options you have. And I really like the way that Polestar set this up. So you can choose between light, standard, and firm steering, one pedal driving. How much off throttle battery regeneration do you get? Off, low, or standard? Off would be just like coasting. Standard is what I prefer, and that's where you get the maximum 0.3 of a G of deceleration when you fully lift off the throttle. And that allows you to kind of get that analog pedal going and one pedal drive this car pretty easily. Also, you have creep. That is, will the car start rolling when you lift off the brake? I have it off right now because I like having full control of when the car's moving. And finally, sport mode up there when it's time to get a little spirited. We have assist. You have a lot of control of what assistant systems are on and off, charging status, that kind of information, and much more. So this is a really cool, and I would say pretty darn intuitive system to use. I really like it. Past the Prindle, we do have a cup holder and a little bit of storage and a second cup holder underneath this little armrest right here. Looking up, we do have a couple of lights, and here's another look at that glass roof right here. Getting back to the Prindle, there's one more thing we should talk about. When you get in the car, assuming you have the keys in your pocket, there's no starting the car. It's on. It automatically turns on. You just put the car in drive and go. When you come to a stop, you just put the car in park and get out. The car automatically shuts off as you leave it. That's a little eerie. I feel like I want some sort of termination of activities, if you will. Now, you do have it in a sense because, of course, you can use the sensors here and lock the car. And that is a stronger termination, like, hey, we're done here. And you can get used to that. But it's a little weird to not have an on-off button to press when you're done driving a car. Something to get used to. All right, one more thing to show you inside. All right, let's talk drive modes. There aren't really drive modes specifically, but it's this screen right here that I already showed you. I actually really like that. I like that you have individual aspects of the driving as opposed to it being clumped together in a sport mode or whatever. It's a nice way to have a little bit more control of how you drive a car. So there you have it, a close look at the 2024 Polestar 2. This one, a single motor plus. I'm Robin Warner. Thank you very much for watching.